This video is an adaptation of the intellectual property of Professor BlackTruth and has been edited to fit this format. We're asking that you subscribe to all of Professor BlackTruth's social media to hear his excellent video essays in their entirety. Some scenes in this video contain instances of metaphorical violence, so please use discretion while viewing with small children. In other words, if you can't handle the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the B1 truth, we have a suggestion for you. Now you know. On with the show.
Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies.
It's no secret that black people in the United States are oversampled when it comes to consumption of entertainment. This is because black people are attempting to escape from their circumstances. Entertainment serves the purpose of escapism, a temporary reprieve from the real world, and black people are forever looking for ways to hide from reality, which explains why white supremacy still stands and black empowerment does not yet exist.
Wake up!
But how do you get people to dial themselves in for this kind of denial of reality for the long haul? How do you make it where the people decide to hide their head in the sand long term? Well, you got to come up with a lie, but not just any lie. It has to be a seductive lie. It has to be a sophisticated lie, a lie that largely seems to mirror the reality that people are in, albeit with an unrealistic twist to it. You want something that makes it where the person being lied to will go along with the lie. White supremacy is nothing if not sophisticated. You do not have a system like this that endures for half a millennium by being stupid. As Dr. John Henrik Clarke said, the white media is out to control image. They spend hundreds of millions per year to make it so. They use psychologists and sociologists and all manner of academic experts to help them craft the TV shows and movies that you watch to push certain psychological buttons. They gear their material to appeal to us on the surface and subliminal levels. As I've always taught you, the white media, the men who run the white media, they don't see themselves as being in the business of entertainment. They see themselves as being in the business of mind control. So we're the main ones sitting here being TV heads, and then wondering where all of this manic, out-of-control dysfunction comes from. Well, I don't have the patience or the luxury of reforming anyone who has volunteered to be a lost cause. And that brings me to black children. Black children need to be taught what is in their interests. The white media is certainly not going to do that. The black misleadership class isn't going to do that. These actors, athletes, and rappers and entertainers that so many of you oversample with your viewing of them, they're not going to teach you to do that.
Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards go.
The home is supposed to be the primary classroom of the child. And what's being taught in the black home? Well, what's being taught in the black home is leave the children to their own devices. That means they're going to be open prey for the white media's indoctrination. First of all, every black child must be taught that as black people, they have interests, and that these interests must be protected because they live in a world that has organized itself to attack them. They live in a world that has put in place a structure meant to grind them into the dust. They must be taught the reality that they live under oppression, and that this oppression must be ended. The world happens to be twisted and perverted by white supremacy. They have a right and a duty to set things to rights. The current system of white supremacy is evil and must be crushed. It cannot be fixed, it cannot be reformed, it cannot be improved, and it damn sure can't be compromised with. Every black child is supposed to be taught that. Black children need to be taught that their survival will depend entirely on whether or not they build. And please don't tell me you're already teaching black children this, because if you were, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in.
Good grief.
Black children need to be taught to take pride in being black. Blackness is not something to be avoided or run away from or ignored. But that's what too many of us have tried to do. You do not have the right to refuse to teach your children the reality of the world that they live in. But for those of you out there who have given yourselves some feel-good lie excuses as to why it's okay for you not to do your duty as black parents, let me tell you something. You don't have to teach your black children that. That's okay. Go ahead and create a void in their minds, and the white media will fill the void that you left with all kinds of colorblind kumbaya nonsense, and then your black child can go ahead and become a casualty of the white supremacist social order. But that doesn't fall on them, that falls on you. Because the reality is, it's not the white media that's doing the entertaining. It's you. You're the one who is doing the entertaining. And by consuming the white media's anti-black propaganda and allowing your children to do the same, what you're entertaining is genocide.
The struggle continues.
You are the original people, therefore you are the first. You are the elder. You are the stronger. But the people, they were fighting in the womb. You are the original people, therefore you are the first. You are the elder. You are the strong. But the people, they were fighting in the womb.